Hey everybody, aiveesaur here, and today I wanted to do an engineer related tips video. And so this video will include just a few tips on how you can be a better engineer and also a few things to keep in mind when you're playing a different class and you have an engineer on your team. So let's just get started. So the first and most important tip is being a corner engineer. So you see here, I position myself in the corner first and then I put my sentry down. This allows me to stand safely in the corner while I build my sentry. Obviously, this is to help prevent me from getting backstabbed by spies. Now you're probably thinking, oh, aiveesaur, a cloak spy can just jump onto your sentry, then jump onto you and backstab you. And you're right, and so I'm going to address this issue now, and you're going to see me go up here to get my dispenser. And I joined this game kind of late, which is why I had originally set everything up here, but then blue team looked like they were doing pretty well, so eventually I moved my sentry down here, but that's not the most important part. The point is, I put my dispenser in the corner, and now I can stand on my dispenser, I can repair it, I can repair the sentry because it's in my reach, and now there is no possible way for a spy to backstab me at this height and position. Now you're not going to be able to use this technique at every sentry spot on every map, but just keep it in mind and try to put your dispenser and sentry in this position, because not only do you keep your back safe from spies, but standing on the dispenser constantly gives you health and ammo, so you can repair your sentry and dispenser, and it kind of negates some of the AoE damage from grenades and rockets and stickies, so you take less hits, and the most important thing is to just stay alive so you can keep rebuilding. And you notice that I'm struggling a lot with the teleporter. So I end up doing things that I shouldn't have, like crouching, which you should never crouch because then a spy can just jump on you and backstab you. But I was feeling pretty confident. I had quite a few team members around me, so I wasn't that worried. But yeah, try not to crouch when you're an engineer, especially when you're just so focused on building something. So I'm going to keep this clip running while I move on to the next tip, which is to just anticipate when you are going to be attacked. So you see here we're approaching the last couple of minutes of the round, and around this time blue team was starting to express their frustrations with the sentry, and I didn't really pay much attention pay attention to it, and I should have prepared for it, because when you're kind of in a situation like this, chances are the other team will actually coordinate with each other to take your sentry down. So what you're going to see happen soon is you're going to see a pyro come out of the teleporter, and I do not realize that he's a spy. The medic doesn't realize he's a spy. Medic ends up healing him while he's sapping all of my buildings, and I still don't realize he's a spy until the very end, and the rest of the blue team ends up following up with the spy and everything gets destroyed. So I'm going to use the end right here to kind of segue to the next set of tips, which is what you should or shouldn't be doing as other classes to help the engineer on your team. So yeah, let's move on to the most obvious. Alright, you see me as a pyro here, and I'm just spy checking for this engineer, and I think most of us can agree that the pyro is probably the engineer's best bud. And if you're going to play a pyro, no matter what, you need to spy check. Always. And I'm not saying you need to follow the engineer around the whole game and puppy guard his sentry like I'm doing here, but if you're coming on to the last 1 or 2 minutes of the game and you know that this sentry is the last line of defense, then yeah, you might want to take some time out, make sure that the sentry stays alive and the engineer stays alive. And I had the back burner equipped right here, which isn't the best idea, and I would have switched to a more efficient air blasting flamethrower had I had more time. So aside from spy checking, you want to air blast and reflect stickies, grenades, and rockets. And also push back Ubers, which you're gonna see me try and do at the end here. And I failed because there were just too many people and I didn't have enough ammo with the back burner. But the point is reflection. And an additional tip for Pyro is okay, this team had a lot of engineers, but besides that point, if you have the Homewrecker or Neon Annihilator, definitely equip that so you can help your engineers remove sappers like I'm doing right here. Now coming up, I want to talk about what you should not do. So here, I'm coming out of spawn, I see two other engineers ahead of me, so I take this ammo box. What I'm trying to get across is, during setup time, please, please, please do not take the ammo box that is near where your engineer is building, because that's just annoying and just don't be that person. Now, if you have more than 2 engineers on your team, one of them should probably go gunslinger, and that person may be you. And this is for multiple reasons. One is that a gunslinger engineer can help you keep a level 3 up because he's not so preoccupied with his own. So you see, I was getting hit by grenades, and the gunslinger engineer I was working with continues to repair my buildings. And had he not been there, had he been just so busy with his own, I probably would have come back to completely destroy buildings and I would have had to rebuild from scratch. So even when I come back, he still repaired my sentry because you saw the sniper, the Machina, aiming at my sentry right there. But anyway, so throughout the whole game, we help each other repair our buildings, and this helps a lot. You're gonna see my sentry eventually get destroyed there, and he helps me rebuild it, and so we get it up to a level 3 in no time at all. And another good reason to have a gunslinger engineer is that the gunslinger does not require that much ammo, so when there are multiple engineers sharing just a few ammo boxes, it's a good idea to switch. And here you're going to see my sentry and dispenser get sapped. The gunslinger engineer goes after the spy, so I don't even have to worry about him. I just need to remove the sappers and we end up getting the spy. And that demo back there was another spy. I come back here, I remove the sapper from his teleporter exit, and everything is good. So I want to end this video with a kind of silly clip. You see me standing here, I see this engineer across from me, he's putting down a sentry all by his lonesome. I come over to help him, and this is what happens. What are you doing? Why are you just standing here? Why are you just letting me build your sentry for you? You're just standing right there. Alright, I'm going to end this video now. I hope you learned at least one new thing from watching it, and I hope it makes you a better player. And if you have any tips, any engineer related tips, please leave a comment and share your knowledge with the rest of us. And really, the best way to become good at anything, whether it's playing a video game or whatever, you just need to practice at it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more, and yeah, maybe I'll catch you later.